where you're trying to make this incredible impact across many, many people that are suffering, or at the time were suffering and still are.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with the idea of innovation. How does innovation, what is the process of innovation? How does it take place? You know, I've done a lot of reading on the development of technology. So like the paperclip or the zipper, right? We don't think of those as technology these days, but there was a point in the past where those devices were considered high tech. And it took, you know, for the zipper, for example, took over 100 years before it fell into common use, whereas being put on clothes. And the reason is because the first zippers that came out, they were dangerous. They had sharp teeth on them and they didn't always work properly. Same thing with paper clips. It was really difficult to get a manufacturing process that could consistently loop that thing around and still have some structural integrity.
The zipper is a beautiful, beautiful device. I mean, you know, everyone that buys a nice bag or a nice pair of jeans or whatever, you run that zipper down and it's like, oh.
And it's perfect almost every time now. You know, 30 years ago, you'd occasionally run your coat up and down and it'd get mismatched, and that almost never happens anymore. But that's because of the demand for the technology. It's because of a bunch of things, and it's not because the zipper was the killer app. It was because of a lot of things that went into the development of that technology. And again, when you look at the web and the thing that could be the killer app today is not necessarily the killer app of tomorrow. And just because we have meters, we have these glucose meters, you know, 5 years ago, they're actually not too different from the glucose meters of today. But there's no reason that just because that's that was the best technology that was available, there's no reason for the fact that it's the best technology today to forestall or prevent another better technology from impacting people's lives. And so that's really where I was thinking about the ecosystem as a whole and the process for how do we get to a better technology, even if we don't fully understand the complete solution space. Because that's the thing that I always find really interesting, is navigating a solution space that is not clear. I just love going and branching out and thinking about all the different connections between different pieces of technology, and that's something that's sometimes ineffable. It's difficult to describe, that there's going to be these connections between different pieces of technology that you do not see today. And when you have an ecosystem that's accessible, an ecosystem that democratizes the effort, and these humane concepts like this concept of high fidelity, that the more effort that you put into the system, the results should be better for you. If that becomes a requirement of every piece of technology that you're working on, then the results are fundamentally going to be more humane for people.